Welcome back to my channel. This is a story of a mother's love. Alina clutched the tiny pink bundle in her arms, her heart pounding like a hammer in her chest. The baby's eyes were barely open, yet they searched for something, someone. Her tears blurred, her vision as she pressed a trembling kiss to the baby's forehead. "I love you, my little angel," she whispered. The hospital room felt suffocating. Outside, through the window, the city carried on as if the world hadn't just shifted beneath Alina's feet. A nurse stood by the door, clipboard in hand. "Are you sure about this, Miss Garcia?" Alina inhaled sharply. She was 19, barely out of high school, with no stable job, no family to turn to, and a father who had slammed the door in her face the moment she whispered the word pregnant. Her daughter deserved more than a life of struggle. So she signed the papers. The family she chose, they were perfect. Rachel and Daniel had been trying for a child for years. Their home was warm, their love abundant. They would give Alina's baby everything she couldn't. The day she placed her daughter, now named Sophie, into Rachel's arms, Alina felt her soul crack, but she forced a smile. "This is for the best." She repeated it like a mantra as she walked away, never turning back. Haunted by love, years passed. Alina tried to move on. She threw herself into work, into education, into anything that could distract her from the ache in her chest. But no matter how much she tried, she couldn't shake the need to know. Was Sophie happy? Did she miss the mother she never knew? Then, one day, fate intervened. Alina, now 24, saw a job posting. Live-in nanny needed for a 5-year-old girl. Loving family, good pay, and the picture attached. Sophie. Her heart stopped. This was her chance. A reckless, insane, desperate chance to be close to the daughter she had given away. She applied immediately. Rachel Jacobson was kind, warm, and unknowingly welcoming the very woman who had given birth to her daughter. Sophie, now a bright-eyed, curly-haired child, took to Alina instantly. She would wrap her tiny fingers around Alina's wrist, climb into her lap, and whisper secrets as if she had known her all her life. Alina loved Sophie with every fiber of her being, but she was playing with fire. One slip-up, one misplaced memory, and the truth could shatter everything. One evening, as Alina tucked Sophie into bed, the little girl traced a tiny finger down Alina's cheek. "You smell like me," she giggled. Alina froze. "What do you mean, sweetheart?" Sophie shrugged. "Mummy says people smell like their mummies sometimes." Rachel stood in the doorway, watching the exchange with curious eyes. Alina's breath caught. She needed to be more careful. But secrets have a way of finding the light. It happened on a quiet Sunday. Rachel had found an old baby blanket, one Alina had left at the adoption agency. A blanket identical to the one Sophie still clutched at night. Rachel had been going through an old keepsake box when she found it. A blanket. The same blanket Sophie had been swaddled in when she was adopted. And another blanket, one Alina had brought with her on her first day as a nanny. The one she had kept from Sophie's birth. Identical. Rachel's blood ran cold, her brows furrowed. She turned, her hands shaking, and found Alina standing in the doorway. Rachel's voice was barely a whisper. "Alina, where did you grow up?" Alina's heart pounded. "Why?" Rachel hesitated, then spoke the words that would unravel everything. "You remind me of someone. Someone I met 6 years ago in an adoption agency." The silence between them stretched, heavy with a truth too big to hide. Then Rachel screamed. "It's you, isn't it? You're Sophie's mother." Alina's body went cold. Rachel's betrayal was instant. "How could you? You lied to her. You lied to us, just to get close to Sophie." Elena broke down. I never wanted to hurt anyone. I needed to see her. I couldn't stay away. But the damage was done. Daniel, Rachel's husband, was furious. He wanted Alina gone immediately. Sophie, now scared, ran into the room. What's happening? No one answered. Sophie, too young to understand the gravity of the situation, clung to Elena's leg. Don't go, Nana, please. The little voice cracked something in Rachel's anger. Could she truly erase the woman who had carried her daughter for 9 months? The woman Sophie adored. Rachel's voice cracked. We trusted you. You need to leave for now, but we will talk. Elena's worst fear had come true. She had lost Sophie all over again. Days turned into weeks. Alina respected their wishes and stayed away. But Sophie missed her and cried every night. Where's Nana? She asked one evening. Rachel sighed, staring at her daughter. Could she truly erase Alina from Sophie's life? Rachel wrestled with the truth. Yes, Alina had lied. A mother who had made a mistake, not out of malice, but out of love. And love, real, selfless love, wasn't something to throw away. One evening, Rachel picked up the phone and called Alina. When Alina answered, her voice was hoarse. Would you like to visit Sophie? Tears streamed down Elena's face. More than anything, it wouldn't be easy. Trust would take time to rebuild. But Sophie deserved all the love she could get. Sophie never knew the full story. Not yet. But as she grew, she would come to understand that love isn't perfect. Sometimes love makes mistakes. And sometimes the people who make mistakes are the ones who love us the most. It takes the wrong turns. It hides, it aches, it longs. But real love, in the end, always finds its way home. Moral lesson: truth and forgiveness are powerful. Even the most painful truths can lead to healing if met with understanding. A mother's love is eternal, no matter the distance, the years, or the mistakes. A mother's heart never forgets her child. Thank you for watching.
Did you enjoy this story? Please drop your comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.